Hi guys, today we're going to do lead lighting with Sharpies. So really fun. Like it, it's like doing a coloring book and really easy too. So we're going to do this here. And when we started out with these flowers that look like this. And this is how they are once you color them in. And I've done it before when I first started using the Sharpies for lead lighting. I did it where I just used the Sharpie right on the nail. And then I even tried doing it with adding alcohol to it after it was on the nail. And I just don't like that as well as doing it this way. I think this is a lot prettier. So we're using this plate. This image is what I did for this mani, which is actually, which would be easier for you to see, right here, up here, and it's just gorgeous. I love these flowers. I love this image. And if this is too big for your fingernails, then they have this image, the same exact flowers, just a smaller image, which is exactly what I did. So I did the large one on all of the first three fingers, and my little finger, I was afraid I wouldn't get much of a flower on there. So I did use a smaller image for my little finger. Anyway, it's awesome that you have that choice. This is Uber Chic. It comes in a collection of 3. This is a series, the 4 collection, number 4 collection, and this is number 3 in the number 4. So it was 1, 2, 3. This is 3 for this image, but you can use any image that you want. So we're gonna start out, I've already prepared it. I used some Gelish Arctic White base for our canvas basically, and then I went ahead and stamped on this image from the Uber Chic, just trying to save a little bit of time. I'm assuming that at this point this is an advanced nail art, lead lighting is, and so I'm assuming you already know how to do the basic stamping, so I'm not going to stamp this time. And there's lots of tutorials on basic stamping if you do need some help with that. So we're just going to color this in with our Sharpies, and I will put everything in the information box that I used today, but I did want to let you know, now I'm just using this little, sample jelly jar or whatever, put my alcohol in. You can do it however you want. But I would recommend that you get at least 90% alcohol, 90% proof alcohol, and not less if you want it to work as well. And I'm just using this. You could use a ceramic tile, you can use your mat, whatever you want, your scraping card. To get it off, all you do is just use some alcohol. So I'll show you that too. Now with the yellow, I found it's just as easy. If you're going to use the yellow just to do it straight on, that's the only one I usually will do that with. And so I'm going to go ahead and color in the centers of these flowers with the yellow. So just a little center with the yellow. And on the bottom one, I've decided I'm going to do that whole, there's like a second. See all that little circle around the center before the petals? I'm going to do, on the bottom one, I'm going to do all of that in yellow. So let me look at it a second. And I'm going to do this all in yellow. Okay? You could do it whatever colors that you want. So next, the top flower, also I would recommend that you use the fine point Sharpies, which are, like I used the yellow. It's the fine point, as opposed to, I have a lot of these ultra fine points. You can use them. I'm going to use some of them today, but it's definitely faster and easier to use the regular one I just showed you, the fine point. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put some of this, it's kind of a lavender pink. I'll put some of that on here. See, just kind of, and like I said, you'd get a lot more on here with the, the bigger ones, but this is what I got, so this is what I'm using. And I'll probably have to do that a couple times. So just a little bit of alcohol, doesn't take very much. So like, put it in dip it in and then just sort of wipe it off the side because you don't want to flood it too much. And then just put it over that little spot where you put, you drew on your little Sharpie. So it makes kind of like an ink. And then you just I'm going to start coloring in my petals. And I kind of do a dab brushing. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this, so I might have to go with a darker pink. Let me try again. See if I can get enough on here. Worked great on my sample nail. So let me see if I can get the alcohol in here. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and start over here. There you go. I hope you can see it. So we're going to, let me see if I can see it. So this is a light lavender pink, you know, so I don't know how well this one's going to show up, but I am going to use a darker color for the bottom flower. You see what I'm doing so far? I'm going to get a little more of this Sharpie ink down here. Now, I figured, you know, I'd do this tutorial because I know that some of you don't have the jellies, you know, that's, or don't want to make your own alcohol ink, you know, jellies. That's the alcohol ink in the, you know, clear polish. So this is really easy, inexpensive, less expensive than buying the alcohol inks for sure. And let's see. I'm just going to add a little bit more up there. And I hope you can see the pink I've got on there so far. I think I'm going to have to add some more on here. Like you wouldn't have to add much, if any, if you know, like I said, had the bigger ones, the fine points. But this is what I'm using today. Okay, so we're gonna just go ahead and dab in some color up here on this petal here, and just kind of like that. Kind of get some color in these other ones. Get some color in this one down here. Let me add a little more alcohol to my color to get some more color on here. And let's see if we can get this some in here. Really fun, and it's as you can see, I mean, it's so super easy. So really fun. All right, so now we're gonna do, so that's what it looks like so far with the light pink, and now we're gonna do a red actually, but I think it kind of almost looks, with the alcohol, I think it kind of comes out more like it's a, see, it's a red, and this is the fine point, so this is like, we'll be getting more on here really easy, because see, we're just like put about that much on there to start. It's better, I think it's better if you just start out with about that much, you know, and then just get some alcohol on your brush, just kind of swish it around there. It makes it so it's like your watercolor painting, you know. So this is a much darker color, more pigment, so I'm going to have to be careful to try and keep it in the lines and not, you know, put it where I don't want it. So I'll try and be, I might need to add a little more alcohol to kind of lighten it out a little bit, kind of dilute it out a little bit. But it's not, you know, try to keep it in the lines if you can. If it's a little bit out of line, sometimes that looks kind of cool actually, but you know, if you do get it out and you don't like the way it looks, I can show you how to fix that, but I need to kind of look at this my way a minute so I can see where I'm putting it. And then, all right, oh, I keep forgetting I have to hold it up higher than normal. Okay, I'm guessing this is not going to turn out as close to perfect as it would if I, you know, was facing the direction I normally do when I do this, but that's okay. As long as you get the idea, you know, then you can practice and do it yourself. It really is really simple and fun. So let's see, where are we at here? Okay, so we're going to add some right here of this red. There we go. Some more down here. And see, it almost looks like a darker pink, the red does, you know, surprisingly, but I like it. And you can, you know, like after you get it, do your first coat, and you look at it and you go, oh, I want a little bit more color, you can, you know, add some more over it. I just kind of do a dab brush thing. I do the same thing when I do my alcohol inks, you know, in the polish. Just kind of dab it, you know, wherever you want it. Oh, I don't know if you can see. Let's see. Let's try it this way. See if that helps. Okay, where was I? Okay, right here. So we're going to go right there, and right there. And we need a little bit more. Oops, doggone it. A little bit more right there. Wait, I need a little bit more ink. And especially like the red really goes a long way. So I know it's upside down. I think it's really pretty. And I'm going to add a little bit. I got to look at it a second. Okay. There we go. It looks like I need to add a little more pink up at the top real quick. So I'm just going to do that. And you can use regular polish, you know, for your white base if you want. Personally, I like using, when I'm going to do this kind of thing, I like using gel color and then put a coat of gel top coat over it. So in this case, I'm using Gelish Top It Off. And you can buy those even at Sally's if you aren't a professional, you know, nail tech. And I think I'm going to add a little bit, do a little yellow over on this one. Because this one's so big that you actually got a third flower, which it does not on mine. It did not. I think I got one petal. So I'm just doing this in yellow. I'm just doing it in straight yellow. I might go over it a little bit with the alcohol. See, really pretty. So fun. Okay, so now I'm going to do a little bit on my leaves. There's not much for leaves on this, but there's a teeny bit. So I'm going to go ahead and do, whoops, hello. Put a little bit down here. And I think I'm going to add a little turquoise. We'll see how it, you know, how it turns out, but let's see. So a little alcohol, mix it around, kind of like making our ink paint this way. And then I'm just going to add, like where these little leafy kind of things are, just kind of go over the dark, just to, you know, let it kind of come outside of the lines of the dark so it gives it a little bit of color. You could do this with, you know, whatever color of green that you want. If you don't want turquoise, you could do, you know, any kind of green you want. Be pretty with lime green too. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit more alcohol. Do we have any more leaves on here? Could add a little bit more on this one, huh? Okay, wait. Let me try it on this angle here. See if you can see and if I can see. It's just a little bit. Okay. And there you go. That's pretty much it. Really, really simple and easy. Now, for me, I would not put a quick dry top coat over this. You don't want it to smudge. And actually, even my Bundle Monster, when I use straight Sharpies, it's fine if your stamp stamp's great over that. But if you're just doing Sharpies like we just did, you don't want to smudge it or anything. So I would, if you can, I would definitely let it dry for a little while, at least a few minutes, and then float a coat of gel top coat over it. That really is the safest way to do it. If you can find another way, please share and let me know. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to float some of this over it, and I just kind of like that, like that, like that. There, no smudging. It works really great, and then I would just set it in my LED light, which I'm not going to take the time to do right now. And that's all you do. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you have a lot of fun doing this. It's a blast. So lead lighting with Sharpies, and I will put the information in the information box. Please like and subscribe. Please click on the bell icon so they'll send you a notice to let you know when my next new video comes. And thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.